we all live in a world that we have private property rights and capitalism.
Their property rights are being infringed upon because they are losing value in their home. Some of them have 3 sides around them. They didn't come down here to look at 4 sides. They didn't come down here to look at solar panels. People have driven an hour. This is a bedroom community that drives to work. They come back here and spend their money, and they want to say in their property rights. And there is no bill addressing giving these people a say-so for their property rights. And we want make us a bill that says we have the rights to stop that bill because they're infringing and encroaching on homeowners.
This is a sincere question. How far past your property line do your property rights exist?
Well, how far past the farmer's property line exists to go on top of these people?
And that's what I'm asking.
Go back and forth, okay?
So what's the best way to address that?
Vote.
I'm sorry?
Vote.
Vote?
Right. Vote.
Yes. I was trying to feel 4 houses surrounded on 3 sides. Just curious.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it wouldn't concern me. Of course it would. I've got the Willowbrook, I think it is, that's probably maybe 3 miles from me. I don't know exactly. So I've got one respectively close to me. Yeah, I'm not.
3 miles.
Please don't.
We're 300 feet.
Would you consider moving next door to one of these places? That's what they're asking.
Well,
On top of just the property rights, it's going to be devalued no matter what. But when you're talking about putting solar panels, battery chargers, and generating electric, what kind of a safety issue is that? I've asked where the sub panel is going to go. I sat in my driveway. Yeah, the substation, I'm sorry. I sat in my driveway this evening on the way to come over here, and there are 2 big I-beams put down into the ground right there. I have spoken to the company about 5 different times, and I have asked him repeatedly because I've heard that it is going to be in my front yard. I mean, literally. I will go to the mailbox or I turn around and spit on it.
what project are you?
I live on Ramel Road. I don't know what the project name is.
It's probably
When are they going to address the issue that not only is it a property value issue, but what kind of safety issue is it? There's a reason that they do not have a power station in the middle of a subdivision.
Here's the reason they don't have a power station right next to your house. This is 14 scientists, it's 30-some pages. It tells all of the cancer, child leukemia, and everything else that's going to be an issue.
And for me, this is my husband. We live there.
It's going to be an issue.
He has stage 4 cancer.
It's
My
going
father,
to be an issue.
77, has cancer. It's not just about whether I can sell my house now, because I won't be able to.
No.
It's a $400,000 house.
You're right.
I will not get that out of it.
No.
And my father owns it. Everything that he's worked for in his life should not have to be taken because somebody from way far away thinks that we're going to go down there, these people, and we're going to make money off of them. And then we're just going to leave them high and dry. It's not just the property value.
Have you had conversations with the developer?
Yes, I have.
And are they receptive to moving it, or what are they? Like, see,
Someone
this would be a
wants to
spot
say
where it'd be
that this is
beneficial
where
if
it's
there's.
going to be. We don't know. I'm sorry, but you do not plan a project like this, and the best thing that you can say is, I don't know, because they do know.
And I simply don't know the answer to that. But if someone was here, it'd be
Were they
great.
asked to be here this evening?
I'm sorry?
Were they asked
I was
to
told
be
by an
here?
email from him specifically not to have them here. So I didn't invite anyone.
I did tell him not to bring them here because we didn't want to hear their dogma, which is bullshit. And I want you to address your issues with him because we want him to hear you, because this is the only guy that can sign the House Bill 118. So it rests upon his shoulders. There's nothing, the commissioners, can you do anything about this? The commissioners cannot do anything about this. It rests with our Congress. That we have to have him address it. And that's what he's here for.
Ordinance that? We
No,
can't do any local ordinances,
no.
setbacks,
He,
and
House Bill 118 and Senate Bill 52 have to allow us to get a township vote so the trustees can come into this. And that's just the way it is.
So, real quick, if I can, let's just talk a little bit about the Power Siting Board. One, the Power Siting Board has nothing to do with the state legislature. Now, I know I responded to emails, and I got emails back that said that was a canned cop-out answer. The bad thing is, that's a fact. I don't have anything to do or any influence over the Power Siting Board. Power Siting Board was created in 1972. This is how power generation has been sited through Ohio since then. It's a process. I know the two projects we're talking about more than anything are the Palomino and I think in Dotson Creek, which I believe are both in the pre-application stage.
Yellowwood as well.
Yellowwood. So is there things to do for, and ways I can support you with the Ohio Power Siting Board to make the voices heard? Absolutely. More than happy to do that. Does that mean that I can change the Power Siting Board's mind or change their process? No, it does not.
Can you make a public comment to the siting board?
Yeah, I mean, I'll send them a written letter. Asking,
That would be posted to their site.
I don't know.
You'll intervene for these people, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I will send and say, I've got concerns and here's the concerns and I'd like to see these addressed at a Power Siting Board meeting. Absolutely.
Okay.
I think there needs to be a little bit more.
Now, I have another question. Would the commissioners consider intervening for us or not?
That doesn't sound very sincere.
You can intervene. If you have the authority, will you intervene for your electors?
I can tell you, I will tell you this. We have the ability to intervene, but it will do no good.
No, David.
Hold
Will you intervene?
on, this is my answer.
Don't holler at me.
Don't holler at me.
I didn't, you started.
This is my answer. I've had the opportunity to sit and listen to all of this as it's gone on. Nobody has got a better story than you do. You're the ones that are affected by this. You're the ones that are surrounded. You're the ones that, your story will matter more than ours, that, you know, that we've got residents that are affected, we've got residents that aren't affected. If we intervene on your behalf, we're working against the people that actually want the solar project. There are people in the county that want it. So I'm saying that the people that will matter most when you get an opportunity to talk to your state representative, to send a letter to the Power Siting Board, you are the ones that actually their story will matter to. Whether it's by letter, whether it's by you having the opportunity to go to a committee meeting and voice your concerns in person, they'll listen to you. They won't listen to us because we don't have the same kind of effect or the same kind of story. You're the ones that are talking about your homes. You're the ones that are talking about your property you value. You've got a personal story to tell. That makes more of a difference than anything.
We don't have any authority, that's why you guys are.
You have the ability to.
Yeah, we have the ability to write letters, but we have no authority, that's the issue, that's why we have no authority.
And we have no
You come up here by me, because I gotta get you worked, and you've been waiting a long time.
I always end up in the middle of everything because I like to talk, but I want to explain something to you. I'm not for the solar projects at all. I'm advocating for you. I'm 3 miles away, so I'm not going to see it out my back door like this lady here and like Misty, the friend I met last week, and like some others of you that are going to be on 3 and 4 sides. Here's what you need to understand, and this is what we're trying to do. Somehow we need to come together a little bit better to communicate. Facebook's a little bit hard, but what we're leaving out about the siting board is this, and this is what I know just from reading. The Ohio Power Siting Board is appointed by Governor DeWine. You have 7 officials that are appointed. They're all heads of different departments, like the Department of Agriculture and the Department of several other agricultural things. And then you've got 4 that are elected officials, representatives or senators. They do not have a vote. Those 7 people have a vote. What concerns me is they're appointed by Governor DeWine. They are not elected by you. They're appointed. So we can't take them out by voting. But you can write a letter every day. I don't care if you write 10 letters a day to him. You need to be calling him and writing him every day. You need to be the squeakiest wheel that they've ever heard. You need to be the biggest thorn in their side they've ever heard. Yes, we'll stay cordial. I had a very nice conversation with Shane, but I wasn't happy with what I heard. I heard that, and I know many of you have heard this, nobody's called. I'm like, really? Nobody's called? I'm the only one that's called? I've had one other call. I'm like, there's no way. Look at all these people in this room who's affected. Surely I'm not the only one that's called. I sent an email. So, I know Dave has the information, and we can get it together for you, and somehow we'll have to figure out a central place. But if I need to print out the letter for you, and all you have to do is sign your name, then we will do that. Because if we don't talk loud, and we are not heard, it's not going to change. You are the people, we have the power, they do not. We elected them, and we can take them out. And if we don't get heard, then that's our fault because we did not speak up. So that's what we're trying to do. I mean, we thought we might have 20 people here tonight. I don't know, how many, 200? I don't know. But for every person that has come, you represent 10 more or 100 more that didn't show up. So we will try to do whatever we can to get you on board so we can let our voice be heard and put pressure on them. Because they can't ignore us. They can't ignore us.
Just a suggestion to add to that, you know, talking about all your representatives, whether it be like, if everyone write in a letter, send it to Shane, but also take that same letter and send it to your commissioners, your township trustees, your council, everybody, because, you know, I mean, instead of arguing between, I can't do nothing, if everybody,
No, we
like you
can
said,
do
all
something.
together, so just take that same letter and send it to all of your representatives, your congressman, your senator, Shane, your county commissioners, your trustees, everybody, and then let them collect however many they get by a certain deadline, you know, give everyone a deadline, and then they can tally them up and they can forward them in to the governor or whatever, and then, you know, like you said, that'll
When they first entered Union Township, Highland County, did Palomino meet with you?
Not as a township official, no.
Okay, did they meet with commissioners that you're aware of?
I don't normally follow.
Did Palomino meet with you, Phyllis?
Yes, I believe they did.
Okay, what was their reasoning?
As far as,
Why did they need to meet with the township commissioners or county commissioners?
basically for the pilot, which is a.
Is that permission?
No, it's payment in lieu of taxes.
All right. Now, I heard Mr. Wilkin.
Payment in lieu of taxes.
I heard Mr. Wilkin, I heard you mention where's the property line stop. You know, because you can't do anything because it's their property. If that's what the farmer wants to do, he can do what he wants. So does anybody in here have a problem with me bringing in 300 junk cars on my 5 acres?
Everybody will.
Absolutely, and there are county ordinances against it.
There is.
Why isn't there any sort of county ordinance against this? I'm not even allowed to let my grass grow 3 feet high. It causes some sort of an environmental issue. I'm not allowed to put a tree within 15 feet of the road.
Anything above 50 megawatt is regulated at the state, and has been since 1970s. This county has had zoning on and off over the years, and it has been kicked out, and you guys have voted it out, not the elected officials.
Well, that's what we're trying to do today, is to vote this out. To get the power to vote this out.
You gotta understand.
You guys have the power at the power siting board.
But
You guys do not.
zoning means nothing.
Zoning means nothing when it comes to this. Now, the project in Fayette County, there's a project in Fayette County, there's 7 megawatts that's gonna be in the corner of Highland County. That one is locally ran. Anything over 50 megawatts is state government. And as an elected official, I do not know the ins and outs, the studies that need to be done, all the environmental stuff that has to be done for these big projects. And I would not feel comfortable either saying yes or no to a project when it comes to these bills, because I do not have the education to know these things or the expertise.
With the House bill, you wouldn't be saying yes or no, you'd be voting to
The
put it on the
township
ballot.
also,
For us to say yes or
the
no.
township trustees could also before you guys got it, the township trustees could also vote it up or down.
You got a guy with a blue mask
So-
back here trying to stand up.
Okay, so I don't need permission to bring in 200 junk cars.
Utilities should.
Because the first thing that's gonna happen is they're gonna tell me that it's contaminating the soil. Second thing they're gonna do is the commission's gonna get involved with the sheriff's department and tell me I have to plate them all. Then they're gonna talk about some sort of a violation of danger. So we're all speaking about this. And we still, so when they met with commissioners, the commissioners couldn't have said no. The trustees couldn't have said no. The representative could not have said no. So we can do anything we want.
This is not, you guys act like this thing is already approved. And I'm in the middle. It has not. These projects have not been approved yet. This has to go through a process at the Power Siting Board. We got another gentleman back here. Let's keep this thing moving. Other questions?